What's up guys, Leaf right here, welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be discussing my favorite lens of all time. No matter what system I have used, this has been my favorite lens of all time, and I've owned this thing twice, and I will not make the mistake of letting it go a second time. The Canon RF 15-35 L series lens. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Alright guys, welcome back. So again, we're going to be talking about the Canon RF 15-35 f2.8 L series lens, if this thing will focus. There it is. And this guy is my favorite lens. I love this lens. So we'll go over some of the pros, some of the cons, and I'll tell you whether I think you should get this lens if you have the Canon RF mount cameras. And to be honest, if you have the money, I would definitely recommend getting it. But anyways, so let's go over the pros and let's go over some of the cons. First pro is this thing is built like a tank. It is a heavy lens, it is a hefty lens, but it feels amazing. It is built very well, very smooth zoom ring, very smooth focusing ring. You obviously have the RF lenses, the ISO ring, or whatever you want to set that to. So again, solidly built, very well built, which you would expect nothing less from an L series lens. Pro number two, you get that super wide 15mm field of view with this lens. It goes all the way from 15 to 35. It gets you those nice wide shots. If you need establishing shots, you need landscape photography, you need street photography. If you are a vlogger, it will get you that nice wide field of view. Pro number three, you get the f2.8 aperture. It's not as fast as a 1.8, 1.4, or 1.2, but it's still a very fast lens compared to the RF 14-35 that has an f4. This has the f2.8, so you're gonna be able to use it a little. You're gonna get better performance in lower light situations compared to something like that has an f4 aperture. So the f2.8 is definitely a big plus. Pro number four is this is a stabilized lens. Not all wide angle lenses are stabilized. I've had a few that were not stabilized. So that is definitely a good plus that this does have the stabilization, built in the lens. Alright, so those are some of the pros. Now let's talk about a few of the cons. We'll talk about the elephant in the room. The price. I got this guy used, so I got it for about $1,600, so which is actually not too bad. Excellent condition, off MPB about $1,600. But if you're gonna get this thing brand new, you're looking around $2,100, $2,200. Damn! Brand spanking new. So, like I said earlier, if you got the money, I definitely recommend getting this. If you can find it on a used market for a decent price, I definitely recommend getting this. But if you're wanting it brand new, do understand this is going to cost you a lot of money. And if you're not wanting to spend that kind of money, I would definitely recommend either looking at the RF 14-35 or even some of the EF 16-35 lenses that they have out there that you can adapt to the RF mount cameras. And then con number two, not the only, but one of the main things that I dislike about this lens compared to other ultra wide zoom lenses that I've had is when you get to the widest angle, 15mm, the lens pokes out like this. I've had several, even some of Canon's lenses that were ultra wide zooms, the zoom was internal, but for some reason they didn't make this internal. I don't know why. I'm not, you know, I'm not an engineer, I'm not a designer of tech and stuff like that, so I don't know why they did it that way. I'm sure there's a reason, but yeah, I wish it was an internal zoom. No, this 70 to 200 back there, that's the first gen f2.8 L series lens is an internal zoom lens. The 16 to 35 EF Mark II that I traded in when I got this, or sold when I got this, was internal zoom. So that's the only gripe I can think of when it comes to this. When it comes to the zoom, I wish it was internal. And then con number 3 is it is a hefty lens. I like that about it, but it also sucks at times as well, because if you're out and about, you know, shooting, this can get pretty heavy carrying around. It can definitely take a toll. You definitely want to put it down at times because it'll start getting kind of heavy. So that can definitely be seen as a con. It can definitely, you know, give you a little arm workout, so you gotta kind of switch from right to left to kind of even things out a little bit. But yeah, it's a little hefty, but I like it, but I also hate it at the same time. So I wish it could be, I guess, a little bit lighter. I mean, I guess if you wanted the lighter footprint, you could go to the 14 to 35, get 1 millimeter wider, but then you're sacrificing the f2.8 for the f4. So that is something to think about. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it with my pros, my cons for the Canon RF 15 to 35 L series lens, my favorite lens of all time. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I hope you guys liked this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys found some use out of it. If you guys are on the fence about this lens or another ultra wide lens, I hope this video kind of helped you figure out what you want to do moving forward. Anyways guys, like I said, I'm going to wrap this video up. If there's anything you guys want to see, leave a comment, let me know. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll see you guys next time I make a video. Have a good one.